Thank you very much. It's great to see everybody today. I get the wonderful opportunity and honor to do something that we haven't really done in Verge over the past 3 years. If you guys haven't noticed, for the past 2 days, you all have been watched. You were being watched. And if I can I ask the group from Converge to please stand up? Where are you guys? This is the group that's been watching you and been basically watching all of us. And this is what and why we do the things that we do in creating the kind of future that we want for the state of Hawaii. So I am very honored to be joined on the stage here by Jenna, Hina, and Annika, who are also from the Converge group. So please, come girls, come in. Have a seat, yes, have a seat. So let me get through a little bit of particulars. Let me introduce Jenna, Hina, and Annika to all of you. And you guys are gonna be extremely impressed, actually, if I can get through my notes here. Okay, so Jenna Takata is a junior from Kauai High. Kauai, represent.
Oh yeah, Kauai High.
Jenna has been conducting research in algal biofuel development on Kauai with a company called Global Algae Innovations. The company received $11 million in funding from the U.S. Department of Energy's Bioenergy Technologies Office. Jenna hopes to make a positive contribution to Hawaii's transition to renewable energy, and Jenna wants to pursue a degree in biological engineering in college. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenna Takata. And in the middle, we have Selina Hina Chow, a freshman at Kamehameha School's Kapalama campus. More. Hina is a Molokai native representing Maui County. Hina has participated in sustainable Molokai Hui Up programs and has attended 2 of Blue Planet Foundation's energy summits. Ladies and gentlemen, Hina. And lastly and not least is Annika Berezny. She is a junior at Hawaii Preparatory Academy representing Hawaii County. Annika is pursuing both environmental science studies, Hawaiian cultural and language studies, and sustainability projects that would further sustainable growth in her community. Annika believes that individual change can lead to global differences and has made that individual commitment herself. She has decided to go on a vegan diet to basically show that evidence that she is gonna walk the walk. Walk the walk, walk the talk. I don't know, how does that work again? But ladies and gentlemen, Annika, thank you very much for joining us here. One of the things that has been, I guess, I would say absent, they're not missing per se, because we've had some people here, but this has been the first year where we've really made a concerted effort to bring in Hawaii's youth and youth in general to really be a part of the Verge conference. As a simple question to each one of you, what are your impressions so far? Jenna, why don't you start us off?
Well, I've been thoroughly impressed by all that you all have done, and it inspires me to change the future of Hawaii and join you as I leave high school and join the workforce. And I really feel hopeful for the future, and I hope to make contributions like you all are doing today.
Thank you. Hina, what about you?
Being here is really inspiring. It's nice to see everyone from Hawaii and out of Hawaii all come together trying to make a difference. I think it's just really overwhelming to see everything, and it's really great, and I'm really happy that I was able to come here.
Aloha mai kako, everybody. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. I'm so grateful. So far, what has really resonated with me was at the very beginning of the conference, we started with protocol. We started with Dr. Sue, and we started with Ramsey and their words about remembering our roots and remembering our sense of place. And throughout the conference, I've seen a lot of amazing ideas that I would have never thought of, and I appreciate the exposure. But that really resonated with me, and I would push that, a sense of place. So thank you.
So sustainability has been something, and renewable energy has been batted around for generations now, really. When the youth of today talk about sustainability, and it's a very broad term and word, what comes to mind when you think of sustainability? I'm going to start with Annika, because Annika, you brought up the issue of sense of place and sustainability.
Yeah, so like you said, it's been around for generations, and frankly, it's about time that the youth has been, needed to be involved. You talking about sustainability, so talking with my friends and things like that, it's already implemented. That's already known. And I think that what we can bring to the table is an uncompromised mindset, because what we have done so far is not enough. We've inherited a dying planet, and it's time to act now. Sustainability needs and must be implemented in every single decision that we make going forward. It's not a choice to not think about it anymore.
Amazing. Jenna, what?
And I completely agree with Annika that we need to be implementing this into our lifestyles, because there's no doubt that we are running out of resources. There's no doubt that we're going to run out of coal and oil. That's not a disputed fact. So we need to start moving toward a sustainable lifestyle if we're just going to perpetuate everything that we live for. And we're not talking in hundreds of thousands of years. We're talking in the next 50 to 100 years, we could be suffering from not making this change to sustainability. And that's why we stress together urgency in action, that it needs to happen now. And we'd
I agree, but I'm talking about tonight. Tomorrow. What are we doing right now?
So you guys all heard what they're saying, right? Now.
And bringing back, again, the sense of place, like the words of Dr. Su, sustainability has already been implemented in Hawaiian culture before the word was even invented. So going back to our roots, connecting back to our place, and remembering the special identity that here on this island we cherish.
Sustainability for me, it's not really used that often around, or at least by Kamehameha students, or around, they talk about sustaining notes for song contests and everything, but they never really see how they can really affect the earth and the environment. Right now, our school is using paper plates because our dishwasher broke, which we're hoping to get fixed. And people were arguing how they're not perfect and everything, and how they want styrofoam, and yeah, which was sometimes big, which is big for me. And I went off on a rant talking about how you want dishes because they can be renewable. But for me, sustainability is just long lasting, and that's what we're all trying to achieve. That's why we're here.
Exactly. It's interesting the honesty that comes out of youth, and so one of the things that's very important, and I think a lot of the people in this room here, whether it's the private sector or the public sector, these guys are making decisions that are going to affect your lives more so than it is going to affect ours. If you guys had one thing that you guys wanted to say to the people that are making the decisions that are going to affect your lives, not tomorrow, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and your children, what would it be?
Well, I know that it's new for us to be here and speaking to you all, but for the decision makers and for anyone out there, I think it's important that we include students as well as the rest of the community who may not have their opinions represented here or in the decision-making rooms. We need to have the good opinions, what may be considered bad opinions, but just so that we can come to a decision together as a community.
The youth is the future. If you look across what's going on politically in the United States and who's actually making change, it's the youth. With social media or groups that they make, it's the youth. And we are the future. If I can give any advice, it's to take a big, deep breath, get some oxygen to your brain, and start making decisions now, please. Decisions with the mindset of a sense of place, a mindset of the Hawaii Islands, a mindset of the communities that will be affected. You represent all, but not all voices are heard.
And because you're making choices, and because Hawaii is a state and so far from each other, all the islands depend on each other. So you can be here and you can be in your office and you can make decisions. They can be good or bad. But if you don't go out and listen to the people on your island and listen to the people in Hawaii, then who are you listening to? And if you're actually listening to people, you're probably not listening to the right people. Like, go out, like, even on Molokai, there's so many people that have their own opinions. So just when you're making your decisions, go out into the world, to Hawaii, go out into the world. Like, we have people from Alaska here. Just listen to people so you can make the right and good decisions.
It's amazing when I look at the three of you. I look at three individuals who I think I'm going to be working for at some point in time in the future. It's funny, we had lunch yesterday, and we were talking for probably an hour, I think, and we don't really have that much time here. Do you have any final thoughts or any final words for everybody, and share with us your gift of what it was like to be here over the past 3 days?
Well, this experience has been nothing short of life-changing for me. To be exposed to these things is so important. And I always tell everyone, I had no idea that Hawaii had this sort of potential until it was thrown at my face. And I'm not talking like, we see solar going up, but we're saying get people involved, because really, when you have that support, things happen. And you all have taken huge steps already. But the more support, and then the more people that know about this, who actually know and understand what's happening, and making your efforts accessible to everyone to understand, the more we can work together to reach our goals.
Yeah, like she said, being here was an amazing opportunity. And I think just sharing this information is so important. Like, I know, like, the first day, someone was saying about how whenever you guys have these summits, the youth aren't always present. But they don't have to happen in a big, beautiful building like this. They can happen in the park where kids and families are meeting. Like, you don't need, like, sure, like, it's great that it's televised so people can watch it on the computer, but they're not gonna, like, accidentally search up Verge Hawaii. So it's more common that they'll just, like, walk past it, and if they see your wonderful graphs that were up, they're definitely gonna be, like, lured and very interested. So just get people to know, because sharing this with me, that was such a great gift. So if you could do that with others, you're giving so many other people the same gift that I had.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think public awareness is really important. I remember trying to tell people where I was going and having to explain it. But over the past few days, I've been exposed to a lot of things that I didn't understand, and a lot of things that I was excited to learn about. But maybe some questions I can ask you is, what are you doing? What are you doing tonight? Where are you going to dinner? Do you buy your clothes online? Is it shipped here? Do you always eat locally? Do you have an EV? I mean, it just needs to start now. And I think that is just really outstanding to me from the past 2 days. So thank you.
You know, our time is nearing an end, and so I wanted to leave with this. And first of all, I want to thank my panel. I think some of the most intelligent people that I've ever met. If we could give them a round of applause, please. Woo! Yes. And so, if I could leave you with this. A few days ago, 5th grade students at Solomon Elementary were asked to imagine what their lives would be like in 2045 when they'll all be 35 years old. Here were a couple of their predictions. Pretty amazing, actually. I imagine our island's energy will come from lightning. Lightning that hits the road. There could be tubes under the road that lightning goes through. I think they're going to come from balloons with wind turbines in the air. I imagine our island's energy will come from humans, because when humans walk, they make a vibration, and a tube under the ground can take that and make it into electricity. And my all-time favorite was, I imagine our island's energy is going to come from meteors. Meteors are sometimes hard to catch, but it's worth the wait. Thank you, everybody, for allowing us the opportunity to talk to you. Aloha.